Welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you're new here, my name is Sydney and today's video is going to be my first no-buy check-in. So I've been on a no-buy for a little over a month at this point and it's going really well, you guys. I mean, we're only 1 month in. But so far I have made 0 purchases. So in this video, I'm going to share a couple of the strategies that have been working for me, what I feel like is kind of unnecessary, what didn't work, and some products that have really tempted me to kind of break my no-buy and make that purchase. If that sounds like content that you guys want to watch, stay tuned. Alright, you guys, so first I kind of wanted to start off with my general feelings toward my no-buy. If you guys missed my intro video, I can link it down below. I go more in depth there into my reasons for starting my no-buy, but in this video I just kind of want to chat about how I'm feeling about it right now. And honestly, you guys, I feel like it's kind of been the best makeup decision I've made in a long time. It's been both. The best decision and kind of a weird decision as well. I am so enjoying diving into my collection. I feel like by just taking away the option of buying makeup, I'm like even more forced to just love on what I have, and that has brought me so much joy, you guys. I did talk about in my last video that I wanted to really make makeup playtime a priority, and I've done an okay job with that. I haven't really done a great job, I won't lie. And I feel like that's creating some weird feelings between me and my makeup, which sounds like so freaking dramatic. It's ridiculous, but I'll get into that in a minute. Life has just been so crazy. It's been like, hurry up, just bust our way through the week, and then we've just been going out of town a lot, so like I'm trying to cram in like my weekend tasks into the week, and I just haven't made time for makeup playtime, and I feel like that's doing weird things to my relationship with makeup, and especially my relationship or my feelings toward creating content for YouTube and for Instagram and all that. Normally doing this brings me so much joy. I think I'm a pretty creative person, and I feel like when I'm able to kind of express myself creatively through, and usually makeup is my outlet for that, as I said, whether I'm creating content or just playing around with makeup for myself. But over the past couple weeks, I found myself kind of taking a step back from makeup and kind of delving into some of my other interests. I've been reading a lot more, which has been absolutely fantastic. I feel like, I mean, it's been like the past 6 months that I've been reading more, kind of since quarantine started, where I'm out of quarantine now, but like, you guys know what I mean. I got the ball rolling again. But I've been really into reading. I've been doing a lot of like DIY and crafting. Well, okay, I've been planning DIY and crafting. I haven't actually done it yet, but I've spent lots of time on Pinterest kind of scrolling through that. And I feel like I've just lost a little bit of my motivation to create content, to dig into my makeup every single day, which is very strange. I think I'm going to do a get ready with me probably today or tomorrow and talk a little bit more about that, because I feel like almost I'm kind of falling out of love with makeup, and I feel like that's so strange because makeup is like all consuming for me. Like, I love it. I think about it from morning to night, or at least that's how it used to be. And now I'm kind of wondering, was that part of like me just buying new makeup? Was it the consumption of new makeup that I love so much? Is it like the makeup itself that I love? So that's been kind of a weird revelation that I've been having. It's something that I'm dealing with in my head. Life is hopefully, fingers crossed, slowing down a little bit in the next couple weeks, so I'm hoping to kind of have that normal makeup playtime that I usually have that kind of brings me back and connects me with makeup and reminds me why I love it so much. But that's just one thing that I've kind of observed through my no-buy. I haven't been, like, I have losing motivation to post YouTube. I'm really inconsistent on Instagram right now. It's a little strange right now. So when I posted my no-buy intro video, a lot of you guys contributed a lot of really awesome strategies in the comment section, recommendations for what you've done in the past and what's worked for you, and a lot of you said like totally cut yourself off from new makeup releases. And while I haven't bought anything, I've still been kind of watching the new makeup releases, and I feel like that really hasn't tempted me a whole lot. I do have a couple of temptations that I'm going to mention, but I just don't feel so compelled to buy them, which is awesome. That was like the whole point of this no buy for me, to kind of reset my mindset when it comes to makeup and buying makeup and kind of how I consume it. But that was just something interesting that I noticed. I feel like if I were to cut myself off completely from new makeup, what's going on in the makeup community, I feel like that would have the opposite effect, and it wouldn't inspire me to use what I already have, if that makes any sense. So I haven't been doing that. And I feel like it's really working for me. I know for some people it's just too tempting and you can't look at the new makeup or what's coming out, but for me, I think it's still really fun, and it brings me joy and inspires me to dip back into my own collection. Another thing that's really been doing wonders for me is digging into my single shadows, you guys. This morning I created 3 custom singles palettes for fall, and I am so excited to share them with you guys. I think this video is going up before that video, so I'll link it down below once it's up. But playing with my singles has just reinforced the belief, well, it's not really belief because I still want more eyeshadow, but the knowledge that I don't really need more eyeshadow ever again, even though I probably will still buy eyeshadow. It's just really forced me to come to terms with the amount of eyeshadow that I have. And playing with my singles is so much fun for me because A, I can create my own color stories, but B, I can also create functional dupes for new palettes and things like that that are really grabbing my attention but that I'm not purchasing at the moment. And I really want to flex this muscle right now while I'm in this no buy. So if I do end up lifting it at Black Friday, this isn't a skill that just goes away, or that's not the first thing that my mind jumps to, because I want to stay within that mindset of looking in my collection first. And I actually had you guys submit a couple of things that you wanted to see in these updates. One of you requested strategies that are working, which I already touched on briefly, what you've learned, and if you think it'll stick past the no buy. So I've kind of already shared what I've learned with like really deep diving into my collection. I've also, I mean, I feel like I kind of said this, but I didn't like explicitly say it. I've also learned with myself that to feel really connected with my makeup, I need to sit down like 3 or 4 times a week and have makeup playtime, especially since like I'm hardly wearing any makeup on the daily when I'm leaving the house to go to school or go to work. And do I think it'll stick past the no buy? I'm crossing my fingers really hard that it will. But this is only the first month, and the first month is usually really good for me when I start these things, and then past that's where it gets a little bit iffy, so the jury's still out on that one, but we'll have to see. Another one of you guys asked what part of my collection I've really fallen in love with the most. My single shadows, you guys. I mentioned it before, it just brings me so much joy to create palettes with them, to create color stories, to try to dupe other color stories. It's so much fun for me. And it's just something that I feel like I have to sit down and take the time to do. And I feel like by almost removing like the new makeup from my life, I've been able to spend that time that I would normally spend testing out new things on those single shadows and creating those palettes and curating those color stories, and that's been really fun. And then finally, one of you asked about temptations, avoiding buying new makeup, and I did have a couple of products that really caught my attention, which I'm going to touch on really briefly right now. There really were not very many. I expected this list to be much longer, but the first one that really caught my attention was the fact that Uma Beauty was on sale during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I was really nervous about the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, especially since it takes place in September, which is my birthday month, so I have 2 times the points. There was a birthday gift that I could have picked up, which the birthday gift ended up being super lame. I saw what it was and I was like, forget it, I'm not gonna go get it. But Uma Beauty is a brand that I've wanted to try for quite a long time. They're a Black-owned brand, and I honestly don't have very many of those in my collection. I still would like to try some before the year is out, but I'm trying to be really selective with what I'm purchasing. So I have certain like brands and certain products from those brands that I know I'm going to purchase once I use up some other things that are already in my collection. But anyways, I've heard incredible things about Uma Beauty. They had an eyeshadow palette that I really wanted to try, the foundation, the concealer. I was kind of interested in the contour stick, but I'm kind of good on cream products right now. I was also really into, oddly enough, the Glamlight Ice Cream Dream palette. Okay, I've been very vocal about not loving Glamlight's palettes on my channel before because I just don't really jive with the food theme, but for some reason this palette just caught my heart. The color story was enough to really draw me in and make me really heavily consider purchasing it. Again, not purchasing it right now, but it may be something that in the future I consider purchasing. I just think the color story is so beautiful. I love how vibrant the second half of that palette is, and I just think it would be really fun to create some looks with. The next 2 products are actually lip products, which is kind of weird for me. I'm not really someone who gets super excited about new lip products. I feel like I'm in a really good place with my lip products right now, to where I have like my staple favorites and like I'm good. So I was excited to see the mini Fenty Gloss Bomb set come back out. They came out with one last Christmas, and I actually like this one better this year. I like the shades a little bit better. I think eventually I will end up talking myself out of this one, just because in reality I don't need it unless I go through like a major lip declutter, which I need to, but I don't know if it's actually gonna happen. I just don't need more lip products, so I'm probably gonna end up talking myself out of this one, even though they're like little baby minis and I love little baby minis. I probably don't need it. And then the other lip set that really caught my attention is the Tower 28. Well, it's not a lip set, it's a lip collection. They're milky glosses. I tried my first Tower 28 gloss a couple of months ago, and you guys, I love the formula. It is so nice. It's like kind of an oil jelly gloss, which is like a weird way of describing it, but it is so comfortable on your lips. It has such a nice slip between the lips. It's not sticky at all, and I love the sheerness of it so much. So I was really excited to see that they were coming out with some different shades. I can actually see myself purchasing maybe one of those shades in the future, just because I do enjoy the formula so much, but again, not a purchase that needs to happen right now. The final product that really tempted me are the e.l.f. face duos. I think they're called the bite-size face duos. They're so tiny, they're so cute. I've been a fan of e.l.f.'s cheeks products for forever, so long. And so I love that they came out with little bite-sized versions, and I think some of the shades look really unique and really pretty, like that orange shade. That looks gorgeous. There are a couple other shades that I would love to try as well. I think, like in the grand scheme of things, after this no buy, if I do pick up one, I think I'm going to try to wait until they come into stores so I can kind of see the colors in real life, because I've heard from several people that like the images on the website were not quite true to color to what the blushes actually looked like when they got them in their hands. So I think I'd like to wait until I can see them in stores. Hopefully they come in stores. I guess I didn't really even check to see if they were available in stores, but anyways, that's something that I would still like to eventually purchase, but it's not a need right now. So guys, I think that's actually going to wrap up my no buy update. I think I covered everything. I hope I covered everything. I'm excited to see where this next month kind of takes us. I am feeling really good about it right now. I'm going to try this next month to kind of have some more makeup playtime, see if I can get more like excited about makeup again and about filming and creating content and all that. But that's gonna wrap it up for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are on a low buy or a no buy, leave me a comment down below letting me know how it's going for you. I would love to chat about it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!